What's up? So I'm talking about my skin. I don't normally do this. Yeah, I used to have like terrible blackheads. Like my skin feels totally different now. Um, One thing that I did that helped was I quit drinking. You shouldn't do any or many types of drugs because that's stuff that your body has to work to process. I know we want to get high, but evolutionary nature prohibited things that change our baseline from existing because it was dangerous. You could get taken advantage of, and that's still true today, right? um, and so yeah, quitting drinking helped, but what also helped a lot that people don't mention a lot is fenbendazole. Fenbendazole is an over-the-counter for animals dewormer. It handles lungworm, brainworm, intestine worm, skin worm, every type of worm you can have. Fenbendazole kills it. And it technically has not been approved for people. They don't market any Fenben for people. You can get it through like weird labs from Lithuania, you know what I mean? But they don't sell it to people. But if it works for cows, goats, chickens, horses, and dogs, if it works for all those mammals, it'll work for people too. We're a mammal. So it's my opinion taking that was a huge change in my life, both in like how I think and how I behave and also how I feel. For the first time in what feels like forever, I have dreams I can remember. Um, and because think about it, it's a worm that crawls through your body and then influences your thoughts and behaviors to spread more worms, right? And so if you get that cleared up, yeah, I used to have blackheads like now I have none. It feels like amazing, right? Um, yeah, it's so bad. If you don't, if your body is tired from dealing with a plague, then you're gonna have things like gunk coming out of your face. It sucks. And I didn't clear it up with any tea tree oil or anything like that. I cleared it up with partially stopping drinking helped. I think I stopped drinking when I took the Fenben. That really is the same time that my deep cravings for alcohol went away, was when I had fenbendazole. And I take it once a month. I've taken various types of it. So I don't know if there's a secret poison in it to punish people for trying to get rid of their worms. I definitely think like that. Like if the government would lie about Jesus Christ to circumcise you, they would certainly give you worms on purpose to drive you crazy. Um, as soon as the poisoner knows that what it does, oh, they get this, they go, it's a private secret hell. You go to hell, your body gets invaded from the inside, and no one on the outside can tell. Because if they could tell, you wouldn't spread it, so it like keeps it private. It'll pretend to be you, you know. Um, I think of myself as having a flash intelligence. I don't have a voice in my head intelligence. I did have a voice in my head before, and I used to like it, and then I remember I hated it. I thought it was the source of a lot of pain, right? So yeah, how I cleared my skin up. My skin is probably the clearest it's ever been in my life. And it's partly because of quitting drinking, but I think it's mostly because of fenbendazole. Um, Again, we don't know if it has any other side effects. I'm not a medical professional. I used to say I wear rainbow clothes, but I've transitioned to black summer wear. So, yeah. I like getting clothes with logos, but they rub off. Those rainbow clothes are sturdy, though. They're pretty good. I don't mind that as a jumpsuit for the winter. Um, Now I went to like a lot easier. Anyway, that's my story. Yep. Get rid of the insect invader. As much as like our TV shows or jokes like the Zerg are the enemy of humans, or we love getting rid of bugs. Um, And it's because we think of them as pests, and they're like little nefarious invaders. Bugs have tricks, and especially the micro ones that are devastating. So, yeah. But people can use that as in engineering too, like in Star Trek. In one of the Star Trek movies, I think it was three or four, they use a brain worm that's entered through the ear. And oh, yeah, I used to have this spot in my ear. I couldn't stick a Q-tip in my left ear because I would start coughing. That went away. So I probably had a worm going through my ear, and if I would touch it, I would get like a reaction. So, which is scary. You want to talk about a hell. You and your species are beset by so many parasites. The government's a parasite. It's not going to do any work. It needs you to do all the work. That sucks. Um, the actual worms that live in your body, they're going to suck you dry. Every bit of nutrient you'll get will go right into Wormville. So, yeah. I think it's one of the reasons my family pushed me away is because they're very worm beset. My mom is Anna, right? My sister also is Anna. Um, my stepdad is Anna as well. He can't lose weight. He tries. Um, he skips meals and stuff. I don't. I eat whatever I want when I want to. I feel amazing. I don't mind having a little fat. You know, I fell in my apartment really ripped. I had spent a long time working out. I had abs. I like looked good and all that. I fell in my apartment and it hurt like hell. It hurt so bad. And then I fell years later, like 15 years later, off a scooter going 30 miles an hour. And I didn't feel any pain. I wasn't high, I didn't feel any pain at all. It felt like nothing had happened, and it's because I was fatter. So, being fat compared to the secret master race is that fat is like insulating, it increases your psychic presence. And yeah, of course, you can become morbidly obese where your body has never been that big before and it doesn't know what to do, so you just hangs off the sides like ridiculous. Not that fat, but a little fatter than they think is normal is certainly wise. It adds cushion. It's like uh, all that. So yeah, pursuing health. Definitely one of our obsessions, because everyone ages, is like my skin looks good, but I have gray hair here. I think I used to have blonde hair up top. I had blonde hair up top until very recently, and then it started darkening. So who knows? Almost 40. I haven't had problems with balding. I've been lucky with that. Um, yeah, I think hair on top of the head is cool and cute. I definitely don't think you should let the completely balds win. It might make sense for spacesuits, but I think there's something glamorous about having cool big hair. Anime hair is pretty awesome. Um, the instinct is people are prized for what they have genetically because that's how you breed them. Definitely, it'll come a point where you can have traits genetically in your offspring that you don't have, right? Like we introduced a new pattern. It's one of the benefits of AI is it's going to be able to process um, deep amounts of data to be able to do things like gene synthesis. The computer has to be as smart as knowing all the components of a strain to be able to fully think about it. Um, and that's interesting because, like, physics simulations, how many moving parts are in physics simulations? There was a time when there was no physics, and now there's a time where every mote of dust has a physical uh, process to it. Warframe had that. The sparks would have each their own life, it would calculate its own trajectory. And it's about like machine efficiency. There's what you want to do, and then there's the absolute most efficient way to think about it. And that's interesting. People have suggested the circle and the line being a direct correlation to that. So, yeah. Um, anyway, that's how I cleared up my skin. Fenbendazole um, is for farm animals. But if you're looking for an over-the-counter dewormer for people, they don't sell it. Maybe they're afraid of getting sued. Maybe they don't want you to have that. Maybe they think that people don't deserve that. You know, I don't know if there's any like catastrophic back cost to me taking it. I hope not. But as a person whose life is already ruined anyway, I felt like I'd be a guinea pig, and I recommend it. I definitely think it helped me. It's weird because your desire to mate or have people close will go away. So, did I really want to get in people's business, or was I possessed by a bug? Right? Um, was that part of youth? Wanting to be in people's business was a youthful idea, or was it the bug talking? And if my parents have it, the reason I said my mom is Anna is they, like Rachel Rising, deliberately infected herself with worms to lose weight, which is insane. To me, that is absolutely like a beyond gone person. She died. She actually freaking died. You know, that's why people care about Eugenia Cooney, is she could kill herself too. Um, my Oma is very Anna. She's gross looking. Ridiculous, insane. It's insanity. I'm going to work out hard and eat less so I look like a stick. That's crazy. It is. I think it's crazy. I became morbidly obese. Yeah, you could lose some weight. You could change your diet and exercise more, but you know, both extremes are insane. I definitely think having some fat is practical, both for energy and for like calmness and for safety. It's a layer of squish. It's not hard. It disappears immediately. It's useful. That's useful. It's good for body temperature regulation and crashes, right? I still think it's interesting that the most painful accident I had was falling in my apartment compared with falling off a scooter going 30 miles an hour and not feeling anything. So I definitely think the people who want you skinny and thin and lightweight don't like you. It's like shaving. Shaving is just like, do the practice we told you. We want you to trim your stuff up, right? Because that'll lead to circumcision and giving up other things in life so other people can have them. It is a sort of thing like the absolute fattiest and lardiest people will tell everyone else not to have food so they can have more. So, because you're going to touch their stuff, right? So, yeah, fembendazole. I'm not a medical professional, but I think that I have never had skin, even feeling my skin the way it feels, like it feels totally different. And I think that's from like invasive parasites being cleared out, which is gross and sad. So that's why I'm sharing this. Is it's gross and sad. I hope it helps you. I do.